There's a concept in 3D printing about the infills and the layer. Now, how you can actually understand in a context that when applied to a print, how it renders, how it looks like. These are two things. First is the layer that we call resolution. So the 3D printer works on the concept and it keeps dropping that layer, and the thinner is the layer, the minute is that layer, the more is the resolution. Lesser is the thinner is the line, and as you view the model from the outside, it looks like a smooth surface because as you see the contour in a thick manner, layer by layer, because with every layer you'll see a thin partition line, and more becomes this distance, lesser is the resolution, and lesser is the clarity at the edges. Say, talking about, say, the model of dinosaurs. It is printing its claws. Now when it's printing its claws, there is a layer of 0.2 mm, then again 0.2 mm. So if you watch closely, you can actually see those lines, and this is where it can be said to be beautiful because it's a part being manufactured by 3D printing, so it's a signature. But if you see from the point of view of aesthetics, it's not exactly the one we can say the highest finished performance. What you need is something that is more glossy and smooth. If it actually happens to be smooth in reality, it would have become more impressive and more realistic. So in order to do that, there are methods which varies from material to material, because one can be PLA, it's plastic actually, yes, elementary form is plastic, then PLA plus, ABS, PEBG, these all material depends on its durability, tensile strength, and temperature withstanding capacity. Going by PLA, which is the cheapest option, and it's pretty good for the indoor applications. So there is a smoothing process that involves sanding down gently, layer by layer, and when you do that, you should be very much careful about doing the process step by step. What I read was you should start from 80, then 120, 200, 250, 300, and beyond that you should use the water that they say is wet grinding or wet polishing. It should be gentle and it won't look impressive in the starting, but it's keep going higher and higher. Let's say 200, 3, 400, 600, 8,000, 12, 14, 16. So the more are the number of steps, in the later stage you'll find your efforts to be bringing out so much of impressive stuff. The layers, outside layer becomes glossy and it starts looking like a really good rendered image of something which you had earlier envisaged. And this is where the patience and true workmanship works out a lot. So my 3D model is about to come and I was really excited about the ways to make it look more impressive. Apart from coloring, the first thing that has to be done is very much gentle polishing. So what I could find in the market was just the grid size 80, then 100, 120, 150, 220, 320. This was the best grid size that I could find, and beyond that I think I'll have to go online or maybe say other sources. Maybe I'll hit upon some hardware stores that happens to be dedicated and maybe falls into the category of wholesale market. Right? I need to look around in the main market, and it will be a new experience for me because even I haven't done this process before. So let's see how it turns out, and after that another challenge is polishing these things, and it should be bony color than the brownish, so that I have to mix the concept of making look like actually bone and apart from that vintage and actually excavate it from the side. In totality, it's a challenge that will go much beyond than simply putting it for show, and you think it's that easy. No, the brown color and the real brown color. And one thing I can guarantee is when I've decided to do something in a direction that is in my mind, it would come out in the best colors, and no one would ever be able to compete it on YouTube. Trust me. I'll put up the video. So that is all from my side today. There you go. Bye. Take care.